Hey, it's me, Nali, Plain Jane Wisdom, part 2 of goals and objectives. Now, we just talked about what a goal and an objective is. And what we surmised was that a goal was something that is kind of the end game. And the objective are the bullet points that kind of helps you stay focused to get you to that goal. We talked about strategizing through habit and through discipline, and we talked about being a little soft on yourself and strategizing objectives that will allow you to gradually feed into a discipline that allows the habit to be what it is that you feed into to get to that goal. So goals and objectives are things that we need to have in our everyday wisdom. We don't ordinarily put that into focus when we're trying to do something. A lot of us kind of, shoot from the hip and we kind of wing it, as the kids say, in what it is that we are doing on a day-to-day basis. So what we're wanting to do now is we want to strategize on a greater wisdom going forward. So we're going to put this in action. This is going to look like a timepiece on a game plan, and we're going to see what it is that we can come up with. Goals and objectives in real time. Okay, so let's put it into perspective. We want to set a goal. I don't know, let's just say we want to have, our master's done in 5 years, okay? Now, most of the master's programs nowadays are 2-year programs. Some of them are 3 years, depending on the curriculum and the discipline. But most of them are 2 years. So you say in 5 years you want to have it done. You're a mom with a couple of kids, and you may be kind of doing it on your own. So you want to set a goal to be able to do this. Well, the first thing to do is to put at the very top of your goals and objectives board, some people call it a vision board, is say master's plan or master's program, or even graduation from master's, whatever it is that triggers you to be able to get excited when you think about this goal. Put that at the very top and let that be big, bold letters. I always like to get the neon boards if I'm going to do a vision board or if I'm going to do a perspective board. I'm always doing something in bright colors, something that draws my attract. And I always use colors that are dark. So I'll use like a neon green and a dark blue, something that kind of contrasts with each other but allows me to be excited when I see it. So I put at the very top, getting my master's, and I'll say master's, and I'll have a little graduation cap on the end of the S in master's, and then I'll have a little tassel hanging off, and I'll have like a number, what year that I want to graduate. So if I say I want to do this in 5 years, it'll have a tassel with the number 22 on there. So that means in 2022 I want to have my master's, and that is going to be my goal. That is going to be my goal. That is going to be my final goal, to wear that tassel that has the number 22 on there, and I'm going to put it on my head, and I'm going to wear it, and everybody's going to be cheering for me in the background, and I'm just going to have this master's program. Okay, so now right underneath that, I'm going to put objectives. Now the objectives is to live and go to school. So you're going to find a school that is going to be something that you want to do. Is it a 2-year plan? Is it a 4-year plan? Is the master's program doable online or in school? You have to go to school. Is this something that you can do part-time, full-time, however your life is? So you're going to find a school. Then you're going to put underneath find a school, you're going to put find a school with the curriculum I want to study. That's very, very important. And most people don't think about that. I'm going to go to the University of Georgia. I'm going to go to Georgia State. And they just say I'm going to go to Georgia State. But they don't really know if Georgia State has the curriculums or the disciplines that you want. So you're going to research and find a school with my discipline. And under the school, then you're going to see research master's programs for the time that I need it. So that means not only do you have to have the discipline, but you have to have the time bearance that you want. So if you're attaining the master's program and if you're attaining your master's piece, you have to make sure that the school is going to align your curriculum, your discipline, and the time that you want. Next bullet point, after finding the school, you're going to say time. You're just going to put the word time. And under that, you're going to give yourself that time. So you're going to have time for work, and you're going to put X amount of hours there during the week. And then you're going to put time for the children. You're going to put X amount of time for that. And then you're going to put time for self, which is so very important. It's some of the things that we really miss when we're planning things, that we need time for self. And you have to schedule yourself in there. You're that important. Yes, you're that important. You're going to put yourself in there at the same thing that you say, time for school, time for work, time for the kids, time for me. Even if that just means you're just sitting there and you're just vegging out for about 10 minutes, that's your veg out time. And you deserve it. You deserve it. Yes. Come on, take it. So when you get this time, you're going to put all of these bullet points underneath there that is going to orchestrate time spent. So now you're organizing your time throughout the day so you don't feel overwhelmed. Oh, I got to do this and I got to do that and I got to do this, I got to do that. You're orchestrating time slots and you're going to see what forms into what. Now, don't do the thing that I did when I was coming up. I did it on time restraints from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. From 12:01 to 3 o'clock, from 3:01 to because you have to allot drive time, you have to allot maybe traffic, you may even have to allot that the fact that the baby may not be able to be dropped off right at 5 o'clock. Maybe he just needs some more love, and it's going to take you till 5:15 to get him to calm down so that he can get into childcare so that you can get to school. So you have to bridge your time. So you say about times. That's why I always give round number times, 1 to 3. That's the time that I'm going to spend time with the baby and drop the baby off. So you have that time. Then you have from 4 to 6 is your class time. So now you have an hour of drive time, and then you have 3 hours to spend with baby. Now, if that's shorter, if you're taking that time, and let's say it only takes you 45 minutes to take care of baby, now you have a myriad of time to just research and study or sit with yourself. Maybe you can plug in some more me time in that time that maybe you didn't have to spend taking baby to the daycare. Likewise, if you're going from 3 to 4 and you get to school maybe at 3:30 and now you have 30 whole minutes, why don't you grab something to drink or something to eat or grab a book and sit there and just veg out for 30 minutes? Why don't you use that time to really mentally come down because you're about ready to go back up when you go into class? So bridge your time accordingly and allow that time to be masterful in its right. Then the last bullet point you're going to put on there after finding the college, finding the time, then you're going to put study plan. Now your study plan is going to be acclimated to wherever you go when you're in school. But you have to put it down. You have to include, just like you're important, so is your study. You have to put it down. I'm going to study 3 hours every day. Now it may not be 3 consecutive hours, but it could be 3 hours every day. I'm going to find time to study. And that's going to be sometime in the morning, sometime after lunch, and maybe before I go to bed so I can retain it a little bit more. And we're going to spend those hours in study. So that means outside of taking care of kids, on the phone, texting, emailing, you're going to spend that whole solid hour studying. Now that's just an example of what you can do to begin your objectives. Again, to your goal, which is every semester you're going to do a random check. And it's just semester check is just that, just to see if the plan is working. And if it's not, then we can alter it at that time. But we're going to put our goals and objectives into work and into power, into fruition, so that we can attain the goal of getting our master's program. And this is Amina Ali with Plain Jane Wisdom here with you. I want to thank you for tuning in. You can subscribe to the channel, and you can also find the link right there below, right there. And you can make sure that you get in touch with me and stay in touch with me. Email me some of your questions and some of the things that you want, and we will give it to you as plain Jane as we can. Thanks so much. Be well.